Hey, what is up heroes, and welcome to my first impression and hands-on of Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. Now, Square Enix were really kind enough to invite me to their offices in London to play the game early and capture some footage. It was a really awesome day, got treated really well. I will say for the most part, I got my butt whooped though, so the footage you're going to see is me where I think I do semi-okay. If I showed you most of the footage, it's just me getting destroyed. So for those of you who don't know, Dissidia Final Fantasy NT isn't like your typical Final Fantasy game. It's actually a fighting game. It's a team-based brawler, and it is really, really awesome. Now, I'm not the biggest fighting game expert out there, nor am I the best at them. I just enjoy, you know, Smash Bros, Dragon Ball games, and obviously I'm a massive fan of Final Fantasy. I played Dissidia back on the PSP. I played 1 and 2. I think it was called Dissidia and then Dissidia 012 or 02. It was something like that. Very, very long time ago. But playing Dissidia Final Fantasy, I thought maybe I'll remember a few things from the PSP game. It did not happen. I came into it kind of as a newbie, you know, someone who barely played fighting games. And I've got to say, it was, at first, it was hard to kind of pick up. We watched a tutorial video on how to play, and there was a lot to take in, but it's one of them games where once you play for a couple of hours, you kind of get a feel for it, and you can just, you know, start to pick up techniques and how a character works. I feel like, for me though, like we got to choose 14 characters, which was only the 14 heroes from Final Fantasy 1 to 14. I'm sure that, well, I know there's going to be villains in the game as well, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot more characters to choose from. It's one of them games where it's, once you learn the mechanics of how to play, you've got to also learn how your character works. You can't just go, oh, I know how the controls work, I can be any character. It's, no, you've got to learn how each character works and how they plays, because there's 4 different types. So you had the vanguards that were like the tanks of the team, the heavy hitters. You had the assassins, who are fast attackers, you had the marksmen, who are ranged attacks, and you had the specialists, which have unique ability traits. And with this being a team-based brawler, 3 versus 3, it's, you know, it's a good idea to kind of mix and match between the different classes. You don't want to have 3 vanguards, you know, you kind of want to have like 1 vanguard, 1 assassin, 1 marksman, or maybe switch up with a specialist, something like that. It just makes the game very strategic and gives you a lot to think about. So throughout my time playing, I did try out every single character. There's from Final Fantasy 1 to 14, the main hero of each game. And I honestly thought I would use my favourite characters the most, like Zidane, Lightning, Tidus. But to be honest, I didn't really like them too much. I ended up using Cloud the most. And I've got to say, Cloud was so fun to use. Like, every single hit he did, you just felt like you did so much damage. Even his standard attacks, like when you just jump in the air and press, you know, your normal bravery attack, you slam your sword down into him, and it just felt so powerful. I loved using Cloud. Like, when you get kind of close to the barrier, like the edge of the map, when you hit him, you knock him into the wall, and you just felt so powerful. Honestly, I don't think Cloud's the best character in the game out of the 14 I played, but for me, I just felt the most comfortable using him. He just felt super powerful. Not like powerful like, oh, he does the most damage and stuff. Just when you hit him, you just feel like you're doing something. Like some of the people, when I'm lightning, I'm just, you know, using some of my spells, I'm just, you know, attacking my small little sword. You think, okay, I do a little bit of damage. When you hit him with Cloud's massive sword, you just feel like you're just destroying someone. It's such a great feeling. Now onto the maps as well. We played, I think there's about 6 or 7 maps we played in a rotation. Some of the maps I didn't enjoy too much because they were quite big, and you can like run towards your opponent, and obviously they run away a lot. And there's some maps where there's a lot of like obstacles in your way, like Midgar. Midgar, I didn't like it too much. It was quite a small map, but the fact there's so many like kind of structures in the way, and with Cloud I just want to smack people into stuff, but they just go around the corner like, oh, missed attack, and because I'm quite a slow hitter as well, it's just like, oh, it's kind of annoying, not gonna lie. But there are a few maps where it's just like big open space. I think it was the Final Fantasy 13 map, and there was another map as well. No obstacles, just like a massive arena. It was just so sweet just to go 1-on-1 or sometimes 2-on-1, and them sort of maps I found really fun. But the obstacle maps, they could be good. I mean, obviously marksman characters probably have a bad time there, so you can just run behind cover, but the characters I used, I much preferred the big open maps, which was funny because I didn't really like the marksman characters, and I kind of feel like they would benefit most out of their maps. Last thing I kind of want to talk about was the summons. The summons in this game, and oh, they are so awesome. I mean, not as awesome as Final Fantasy 15. If you played that game and you use a summon, that is just amazing. Like when Rama comes and picks you up, it's just like, it visually looks great. I mean, it's still awesome for Dissidia. Like when you manage to summon your summon, you like build up a your gauge. There's some crystals that appear on the map you can break to help go faster. But once you summon your summon, which I will say, when you're summoning your summon, you are vulnerable, so make sure you kind of get away from your enemy and get into a good place. And I think if I'm summoning and my teammates summoning as well, it will go faster than just me summoning. But when they come in, they look so awesome. The main one we used was Alexandria because we got HP back, but Odin was pretty awesome, just like runs through the map, just like attacking anything. Leviathan shoots out these bubbles. I can't remember Ifrit too much, but I gotta say Odin was probably my favorite. Just he looks so scary just in the map, and just want to stay away from him. But overall, my impressions of the game is it was a really fun game. I could see myself playing this so much. The beta is actually, when you're watching this video, the beta is out right now, the closed beta. You had to get an invite to get in. I'll be streaming it on twitch.tv/Volts if you want to see some more gameplay of it. And when the game comes out, I think January 18th, 2018, we'll definitely be streaming a lot more. This game is so fun. Honestly, I do enjoy fighting games. I do pick up quite a few and I do end up playing them, but it's not something I'll play for a long time. But I feel like this is one of the games that I'm going to be playing, you know, if I've got spare, you know, an hour to play or two, this is a game I'm just going to go to because it is so much fun. And I can't wait. Hopefully this game becomes an esport as well. I know at the Square Enix offices there was some discussion about esports involvement. I think that'd be really awesome because obviously I could watch this game, I could watch some pros how to play, you know, better than me obviously, and get some tips on, you know, my favorite characters and whatnot. I think this game is going to do really well, and you might see a lot of it. I know it's been out in the arcades in Japan for quite some time now, but man, I cannot wait to see, well, when this game fully releases and just get my hands on it properly and just destroy it and just learn. I think, like, ideally, my favorite character is Zidane, I would say, Final Fantasy 9. Ideally, I would love to, you know, become the best Zidane player, but honestly, I just want to play more Cloud, because Cloud just felt so good. really good. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I'll let the rest of the little bit of footage play, and I'll see you guys on twitch.tv/Voltsy. Make sure you come and check out the stream, and if you guys got the beta as well and you want to battle me, or you want to team up with me, either way, let me know, and we can play some Dissidia. See ya!